Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Theater Train, Theater Train. Guys, can you tell what we're making today? We're making Greek theater masks as our first week of Greek theater. So I'm really excited you're here. We're going to do a fun arts and craft activity. We're going to talk about Greek theater. Make some cool Greek masks. As you can see, I've already made my tragedy mask. We're going to make together our comedy mask. We're going to talk about tragedy and comedy in Greek theater. And then next week, we're going to do some little scenes with our masks if we make them. And then hopefully together in a Zoom chat very soon, we can perform them all together as a Greek chorus. I think it's going to be really fun. So I'm going to wait for some more people to join me, and we're going to have a little chit chat and a little fun arts and projects class today. I think it'll be really, really cool. And hopefully you guys will send me some pictures of your beautiful masks. Hello, make sure you say hello when you join. Hi, I'm excited to see you as always. Yeah, so grab some cardboard, some paper, some pencils, and some scissors, and we'll make some really cool masks today. I think it'll be really cool. Before I've talked with our middles and bigs about beginnings of Greek theater and theater as we know it today, but we'll do a little bit of a review and then we'll get started on our project. Theater, as we know, was something that every culture has some sort of form of theater or performance, whether that's singing, dancing, or speaking, poetry, right? But the Greeks really are how we come to know theater today. The Greeks had big, what they called amphitheaters outside where public performances existed. There were groups of people together that they called players that would put on performances outside. And one day, one of those players or one of the members of the chorus stepped forward and spoke by himself, and his name was Thespis, and now people who are actors are often referred to as thespians because of that. So the Greeks also had three forms of theater: tragedy, meaning the play ended with people dying or was sad; comedy, which means everybody lived, so it was happy; or what they called satires, which means it was poking fun of people or making fun of the current situation. So those were their three forms of theater. We now really kind of think of the tragedies and the comedies, really. They also wore masks when they were performing. A lot of different cultures wore masks for dances or for their types of theater. In China, in China there's a lot of different masks that people would wear. In Africa and really all over the world, there were different types of masks being worn. But specifically in Greece, people wore masks because it helped their voice be projected, kind of like a microphone, which is really cool, which is why we have these special shapes on their masks, and which is why we're going to make these masks today. It helped their voices get carried throughout a space, and especially outdoors. It was really, really helpful. So we are going to make our masks today to help with the idea of projection, like when we worked on our video of projection. So we also see in these masks emotions, right? Each of the different stories had emotions: sad, happy, comedy, tragedy, right? So I already made my tragedy mask today. We're gonna make our comedy mask together. I want you guys to keep in mind when you make them, you can make your characters look like anything. Parents, I'm going to include some pictures to give you guys ideas, but you guys can put crowns on your masks, you can put hair on your masks, you can make your, my littles, you can make a Medusa mask if you want, you can make your characters look like anything from the myths that we've talked about. So I actually, as an example, we talked about King Midas, so I made a king crown. You could, if you wanted to, put that at the top of your mask. You could glue it on, or you could tape it on if you wanted to, instead of having the laurels. But yeah, so this mask is however you want it to be decorated. You could paint it, you could color it. this is just an example. So let's get started on our masks, and we'll talk a little bit more as we go. So basically how you want to start is you're going to draw your mask. It can be big or little. I just kind of went however I did, but you're going to draw it like a U, and then you're going to draw from one side of the U to the other. Then you're going to draw, if you're going to make a happy face, you're going to draw a U and straight across, or you're going to draw an upside down U, and you can either do a squiggle like I did, or you can do straight across. Then you're going to draw your eyes, circle, and then you're going to connect them. Now, the first thing you want to do is cut the actual mask out. So we're going to cut the mask out, and then from there you're going to cut out the mouth and the eyes, which is a little bit trickier. So we're cutting out our mask now. And then once you cut out the mask, that's when you would take the time to start decorating it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can take your time decorating it. I want you guys to enjoy the masks, because ideally when we get together for our Zoom classes for Greek theater, we're going to use our masks if we really like them. So once the mask is cut out, you're going to fold it in half longwise. Okay? You see how I did that longwise? Again, this is cardboard. If you don't have cardboard, I took mine out of recycling, but clean cardboard, gross. So cardboard, if you don't have cardboard, cardstock works really well. You can use computer paper, but if you have computer paper, you're gonna want like popsicle sticks. So once you fold it in half, then you're gonna make a small cut on the top of the line that you drew for the mouth. And then you're gonna open it back up to continue your cutting of the mouth. So now I've got my mouth going, and then you're just going to follow the lines that you've drawn for yourself. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but this is just to give us a little outline for when we wear it on our face and to help with the projection like the Greeks used. Parents, as I was saying before, I'm going to include some images of ancient Greek masks just to give your students an idea for this project. And I'm going to also, in case this isn't a clear enough tutorial, I'm going to include ideas from how I got this project. So once you've done that, we're going to do the same thing for the mouth on the eyes, as you can see here, right? Be careful with this one because you don't want to go too far for the eyes. If I were you guys, I would make the eyes as big as possible because we really would like to see your eyes on the mask when you do wear it. So as you can see, that's my first eye. You can see my eye. I made my mask a little bit big, but that's okay because this is just a fun project, right? We don't have to be perfect. It's okay. Okay, so once you've got all your eyes out, I preemptively colored my laurels because I decided I wanted to put laurels on my masks so that they would match. But again, your masks don't have to match. So these are my masks. This is one that doesn't have the laurels yet on it. So as I had said before, we talked about King Midas, so I made a king crown to go on the top of mine, but I'm going to put the laurels on. So I'm going to attach my laurels with my double-sided tape. You can use glue. I don't have glue currently, unfortunately, so I have double-sided tape, so that's what I'm going to use. And you can attach your laurels however you want, but laurels were in ancient Greece a type of crown. They were a symbol of victory and nobility, and often they were believed to be awarded by the gods, so you were blessed when you had laurels. So we're gonna attach them to our lovely little champion over here. So as you can see, you can go as far up as you want on your mask. Now, as I was saying previously, my littles, you know that some of the things to think about with your masks and when you're performing as a Greek chorus is projection. These masks help with projection. Now, another thing to keep in mind is the Greek chorus spoke all together. They spoke all together and they moved all together. So it's really important that when we are speaking in our mask and we are speaking together as a Greek chorus, that we do not speak too quickly. Otherwise, our audience is not going to understand us. So if we were telling our King Midas story and the lines were, once upon a time there was a king named Midas. We can't go too quickly or the audience isn't going to understand us. So we would say, once upon a time there was a king named Midas. And as our Greek chorus tells that story, they are going to use their body to demonstrate the story. And the chorus is going to move all together as one. So, once upon a time there was a king named Midas. All as one unit with the same speech pattern and the same movements. Because the Greek chorus really is supposed to be one big unit telling the story. Now, we're going to practice that and we're going to work all together on that as part of our unit next week. Again, make sure parents that they bring these masks if they're making them to next week's Facebook Live. And then when we get together in a couple weeks via Zoom, we're going to record it and be all together, which is going to be so much fun. And I can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be great. But I just wanted to make sure you guys were kind of prepared and ready and had seen all the stuff that we had been working on. I'd love to give out some prizes for some of the most beautiful projects, so that would be really cool also. All right, so now we've got our masks. How do you think we did? Do they look good? Do they look like drama masks? I think so. Now, so as you know, so our Midas myth goes, Midas is kind of a sad story, so we're going to use this one. So Midas, can you see me? Yes. Okay, so once upon a time there was a king named Midas. He loved 3 things. So 3 things. His daughter, his rose garden, and gold. So we're going to say, once upon a time on once, there was a king, or we can hold up our mask because he has a crown, a king named Midas. He loved 3 things. His daughter, his rose garden, and gold. Great. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. We're going to learn more of the movements next week. We're going to learn a little bit more about the Greeks, but I hope that was helpful as an introduction to Greek theater. Again, next week we're going to learn a whole new story. We're going to review King Midas. We're going to review the Medusa myth, and I have a new myth for us next week. So parents, I'm going to put into the Facebook page this activity if you missed it. Hi friends. If you missed it, we're going to put pictures of these into the Facebook group and more pictures of stuff that you can make at home, or more pictures of examples of the masks that you can make at home. My wonderful, wonderful friends, please be sure to hold on to the masks once you make them, because Lauren, Juliet, and myself are going to start doing Zoom classes online. So you guys, we can see you and we can participate and build on stuff that we had been doing prior to the quarantine. So that way, my littles, we had started some storytelling with Greek theater. So we're going to build on that. Middles, you can join us too there, because I would love to have a really big group and work on our projection. Right. So hold on to the masks. We're gonna do an exercise with them in Zoom, and I want to hopefully record it and do something cool with it. So hold on to your masks. Send me pictures of you making the masks. I'd love to put something together with it. And make sure you just keep doing your stuff at home. I love it. Yeah. So tune in here, tune into Zoom. Pay attention to your emails because Sue's going to be sending stuff out. Okay. Thanks, guys. Next week, more Greek theater. The week after that, middles and bigs. Tune in because I've got something for you guys. All right. Thanks, guys. Love you, miss you, and we'll see you soon. All right. Bye-bye.